Hey guys, what's up? It's Nick Macri here. We're talking about kvCORE and how to use it to generate leads on Facebook, specifically on Facebook groups. If you've never started a Facebook group, this is the video that's going to teach you the strategy that I've employed to generate hundreds of leads for our team. So make sure to stay tuned, pay attention. If you have a question, drop it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer it for you. Let's get started. All right, so we are going to talk about Facebook groups today. So this is a topic that has been very, very useful to me in generating organic leads over the past couple years. And I've been able to generate hundreds of leads for not just myself, but my team and other teams alike around the country using some of these methods. So if you pay attention and you use this to your advantage, you're going to find that these Facebook groups are a absolute gold mine for leads, all right? So the first thing that you're going to want to do is join as many groups as you can that are out there already, that are already put together. So we're in Facebook. All I've done is simply search homes for sale, as you can see. And then once I've searched home for sale, you're going to see there's this toolbar of all these different options. There's a tab for groups, and you're going to see that there are just tons and tons of homes for sale groups in and around where I'm at. And the ones that I haven't joined show you kind of like how many members are in these groups. And you can see that each of them has a lot of people in there, right? So this one here for Winston-Salem, North Carolina, homes for sale / rent, 513 members. A lot of these, I've seen a couple have 20,000 plus members in them, which always the response that I give to anybody that asks me, well, Nick, aren't half of the people that are in these groups realtors? My exact answer is always yes. You're 100% right. Half of the people that are in these groups are realtors. The other half are not realtors. They are actually looking for homes to invest in, homes to buy, homes to sell, homes to show their friends, homes to rent, to whatever. The idea is that half of these people are going to be realtors, and half of those realtors don't even use these pages. They just join and then forget about them. The people that truly take advantage of this tactic that I'm going to show you today and really use these Facebook groups to their advantage can generate hundreds and hundreds of organic leads without spending really any money at all. If you are a team leader especially, this can be especially valuable because you probably have hired a marketing director, somebody to handle all of your marketing. And if you're going to have a marketing director and they're pushing content out to your social media platforms already, why not have them take advantage of these Facebook groups and generate leads for you at the same time? Okay, so let's talk about some different ways to do that. As you can see, I've joined all kinds of groups out here. I mean, there's just tons and tons of them. And as you can see that all of these groups here, I mean, look at this one, homes for sale / rent by owner, 47,000 people in this group. It's groups like that, homes or land for sale by owner, 27,000. These groups are less to post in and more to perhaps see what inventory is out there. But, I guess the stigma is that not many people use these for real. And, how many people actually find realtors on Facebook? Well, believe it or not, more than you think. And it's really the ones that are active and engaging in these groups that are going to take advantage of this. And again, my favorite word, this is free. Okay. So again, we are in the Facebook groups, and the first step that you're going to want to do is join as many groups as humanly possible. There's probably a bunch that you just have never seen before. Search keywords like homes for sale. Another good one is Realtor Network. That is a good one because there's probably some network groups in here. Charlotte Area Realtor Network. These are more so for listings that you have, stuff like that. But you might want to join some of these mastermind groups just to learn from the best. Again, totally free. And as you can see, some of these groups here, like the Charlotte Area Realtor Network, has a couple thousand members. The idea is if you have a listing, you want to get it under contract, you need other realtors to see it. Not everyone is going to see your listing perhaps on the MLS. We all hope they do. But the reality is some people will just not click it. They won't search it. It won't show up on the MLS. I always tend to use the rule 0, 25, 50, 75. So you should set your prices at an even number like that, because that's what realtors tend to search for. 200 to 300,000. They don't search 200 to 380,000, something like that. They search up to 375, something like that. So because of those reasons, the MLS we can't always rely on for every agent to see it. So you need to share it in Facebook, and that way the realtors that are taking advantage of tactics like these on Facebook, they're going to be able to see your listing front and center right in front of them. And the best part is, you saw that little pop-up down here, you get notified. If you're a part of these groups and people are posting to these groups that you're a part of and you're active in those groups, Facebook will actually not only notify you when you log on here in this notification bell in the bottom left-hand corner, but if you're on your phone, it will actually notify you, hey, someone just posted new content in those groups. If you're friends with them, and even if you're not friends with them, if you're just active in those groups, they'll start to push it out to people that aren't even connected with you, because that's how their algorithm works. So the idea is that if you use these groups enough, you can start to build organically a group of, maybe not a referral network, but of agents that are now seeing your listings. And that's a huge advantage to you when you are going into listing presentations, for example. How awesome is it if you're going into a listing presentation, and especially if your clientele is, let's say, 40 and under, and they're actively on Facebook? How great is it to group all of the people that are in these groups together and say, well, I'm a part of many network groups on Facebook. I'm a part of many referral groups and Charlotte Realtor network groups and home for sale groups on Facebook. I actually have access to over 250,000 people in all the different groups that I'm a part of, and I will push your home to all of them as soon as I get your listing and I win this presentation. That's something that's powerful and you can use in your presentation. So if you put together some nice slides in your slideshow, in your PowerPoint, in your printout, in your binder, whatever you use, if you take that information and you build this into your presentation, it gives you yet another arrow in your quiver that you can basically use to, especially for those, like I said, under 40 millennial types that are selling maybe their home and looking to upgrade or downgrade or downsize. This can be pretty powerful to say that I'm going to push your listing all over the internet and use Facebook. So again, these groups can be really, really helpful. So I would join as many of them as possible. And again, you can engage on posts, comment, like, share, ask other realtors if you see a really cool listing. Hey, can I use your listing? Right? Because as we went over in this lead generation video previously, these single property squeeze pages are excellent at generating leads. And the way you do that is you simply put in your listing ID, set this to 1. So leads have to register immediately. You generate your link, you copy your link. As I went over in a previous video as well, you're going to create a library, probably in Google Drive or on an Excel spreadsheet somewhere, and you're going to save all of your links. But the idea is that you can take those links and create interactive posts and advertise listings that are not yours. Obviously, you want to give credit to the listing agent, saying this listing is this home is listed by the listing agent, right? But you can list those, and then if you use the link and you build this into your post, you can share, other people's listings and generate leads from these groups by posting in these groups. Now, we're going to go over in another video the best way to do that, which is to post in Facebook Marketplace. But I just want to point out that the first thing that you need to do is become an active member of these groups. You can't do anything if you're not a part of it. So join as many of these groups as possible. And here's the best part. You can also join your neighbors groups, okay? So there's many different groups out there. I'm just going to use one as an example that one of my business partners is a part of. So there's a Skybrook neighbors group. So you can see it has 1.2 thousand members. 1,200 people are in this group. 9 people post every single day. It's a positive place where neighbors keep in touch. Well, guess what? There are realtors that live in the neighborhood that post in the group open houses, homes for sale, market updates, market reports, what's selling. Hey, I can list your house. Look how many homes I've sold in the past year. and you can basically farm your neighborhood without ever printing any ads or ever leaving your office. This is how you can do that. And what's great is that I see a lot of realtors out there, they ask me questions like, well, Nick, what if my neighborhood doesn't have a Facebook group? Well, there you go. You actually just stumbled upon a gold mine. Create your own Facebook group for that neighborhood. I'll say that again. Anybody on Facebook can create a neighborhood Facebook group. All you have to do is create the page and start inviting your neighbors. And here's a little pro tip. If there's other realtors that are trying to get into the group, you don't necessarily have to let them in. Now, if they live in the neighborhood, you might want to let them in just because, they might do the same thing and start their own group, and now you have a little bit of competition. But if there's other realtors trying to get into the group and they don't live there, and especially, for anybody that doesn't live there, I just wouldn't let them in because now you control the group. And so all you have to do is create your own group. So you can hit this drop down button, you can log in, you can manage your groups, and you can start and create your own group and do that any kind of way that you want. Again, there's endless possibilities to these groups. Personally, we manage, my team and I manage hundreds of these different groups on Facebook, and so we're running things behind the scenes that a lot of people probably don't even realize is us. And that's honestly the best part, is that you have a little bit of ambiguity about it, and if you do it correctly, if you do it the right way. And the idea is that if you join your neighbors group, and if you join many of these homes for sale groups, these Charlotte network groups, you have easy access to tons and tons of people, again, for free. So we're going to go into a little bit more detail in this next video about how to utilize Marketplace, but I wanted to show you guys these groups and how easy it is to join the groups. So, for example, you just hit join. You can choose a profile that you want to join with, right? And you can join a group there. And then it's going to ask you a couple questions probably. And you have to answer honestly and try to get into these groups. I see people, though, that have gotten into plenty of groups, even if they don't live there. And then eventually you might get kicked out. But the worst that can happen is that somebody realizes 6 months later, after you've generated 20 leads and posted a bunch of times in their group, that you don't actually live in the neighborhood. And that's the worst that can happen, is they can kick you out. So if that's the only risk, I would say shoot your shot. So that's my advice on these groups. Join as many as you can and see what you see. I just submitted requests without answering those questions, so they'll probably deny me. But there's a chance they don't. There's a chance they let me in, and then hey, I might be posting in Skybrook Neighbors from now on. Again, that's Facebook groups and how to really join them, create them, use them. A couple of ideas. We're going to talk more strategy and Marketplace in this following video, and we'll talk about that very soon. Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my channel. If you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. I put out so much content on social media marketing, CRM training like kvCORE, and how to dominate the competition digitally. So if you're a realtor, an entrepreneur, or a business owner, make sure you smash that subscribe button. You can find me anywhere on social media at Real Nick Macri. And if you have an idea for a video that you'd like me to do, drop it in the comments below. So now it's time for you guys to take what you saw in this video and put it into action to go out and crush your goals. I'll see you in the next video.